New York's Board of Supervisors has preemptively declared a state of emergency ahead of Monday's total solar eclipse. Chairman Sean Gillian says this is to prepare for congested roadways and disruption of cell service as thousands and thousands of people are expected to flood into the county. The state of emergency is set to go into effect at 9 a.m. on April 6th and last through April 10th.
The truth is stranger than fiction. Kentucky, West Virginia, Ontario, Canada, Arkansas, Killeen, Texas, Ohio, Missouri County, Charleston County, Jackson County, and Kansas City, and New York have all declared a state of emergency. Have you ever seen this many cities declare an emergency within 24 hours, particularly for an eclipse? Did we see this happen 7 years ago? We didn't. We are in uncharted waters right now, and there's so much coming from all directions. NASA will be launching rockets into the moon's shadow during the solar eclipse, and CERN is set to test the world's most powerful particle accelerator on the same day, searching for invisible matter that secretly powers our universe. With so many of us hoping for something to give or break, could the 8th be a day we are let down again? Or could April 8th be something weirder than we could have ever imagined? April 8th is going to amplify the energies for a timeline jump that NASA will try to prevent because they want to maintain the lower third dimension where the illusion of freedom thrives. The White Hats are planning to use the Large Hadron Collider to create what they are calling a God spark, a mini supernova. This will be used to create a wormhole into another timeline. Once we create the wormhole, it will remain open for a short period of time, and if we can maintain stability for a few minutes, the entire Earth can safely be transferred to a new timeline. Please understand this event will not come with the Hollywood Michael Bay explosives that everyone is looking for to make the 8th more exciting for the ADHD 3D mind, just so you can wake up the next day to say nothing happened, because you will be the same person coming to X, waiting on someone to confirm that for you. You have to understand, if your rulers thought like you, we wouldn't need spiritual or celestial intervention to get us out of this mess. The Large Hadron Collider has the potential to create micro black holes, and it has been theorized that these black holes could potentially be used to open wormholes to other timelines. By creating a micro black hole and stabilizing it for a short period of time, the White Hats can use the energy from the superheated plasma within the black hole to create a wormhole into another timeline. The White Hats have been working on this plan for many years, and they now believe that they have perfected the process and are confident that they can successfully execute it on April 8th. What NASA will try to do is this. They're going to fire rockets at the Large Hadron Collider in an attempt to disrupt the process and prevent the creation of the wormhole. However, the White Hats have foreseen this and have made contingency plans to ensure that the plan will succeed, regardless of what NASA tries to do. The rockets that NASA is firing at the Large Hadron Collider are specially designed to emit gravitational waves from a short distance. This will cause the micro black hole within the Large Hadron Collider to become unstable, and it will potentially collapse or cause the wormhole to become unstable. The White Hats are also using their own satellite to send microwaves towards the Large Hadron Cellar to also create gravitational waves. They have calculated that if both these methods are combined, they can successfully disrupt the plan. The White Hats have also set up a series of magnetic resonance pulse generators around the Large Hadron Collider. These pulse generators will emit a specific frequency of magnetic resonance that can interfere with the creation of the micro black hole and the stability of the mini supernova. The White Hats have also deployed several high-powered lasers around the Large Hadron Collider. These lasers are emitting a special frequency of light that they believe can create micro wormholes in the surrounding area, effectively shielding the Large Hadron Collider from outside interference. Do you understand what we are trying to explain? Why do you think you have Q drop 1082 that says the start? The White Hats have also hacked into the control software of the Large Hadron Collider. They have inserted a special piece of code that will automatically disable the gravitational wave emitting satellites at the opportune time. This will cause the mini supernova to create micro black holes, but the gravitational wave emitting satellites will be disabled and thus cannot emit any gravitational waves. This will cause the entire experiment to fail, and the White Hats are confident that they can successfully execute this plan. The White Hats have a multifaceted plan to prevent NASA from interfering with the Large Hadron Collider on April 8th. As discussed, they have put in place a number of technological measures to ensure that the Large Hadron Collider remains stable and that the mini supernova successfully creates the tunnel into another timeline. Additionally, they have deployed several covert teams to the area around the Large Hadron Collider. These teams will be on standby to interfere with any attempts by NASA to disrupt the experiment. So to review, NASA is trying to fire rockets at the Large Hadron Collider to disrupt the process. The White Hats are using gravitational wave emitting satellites to create a wormhole. NASA will fire rockets at the Large Hadron Collider on April 8th. The White Hats have a multifaceted plan to prevent NASA from interfering with the Large Hadron Collider also on the 8th. The White Hats have set up a series of magnetic resonance pulse generators around the Large Hadron Collider. The White Hats have deployed several high-powered lasers around the Large Hadron Collider. The White Hats have hacked into the control software of the Large Hadron Collider. The White Hats have covert teams in the area of the Large Hadron Collider. They don't want the masses to be able to escape the third dimension and be free to pursue our higher destinies. They want to keep us trapped here so they can continue to control us and keep us in a perpetual state of suffering. The system of control that is currently in place operates on two main levels. On the surface, we have the apparent leaders who hold the power and influence over the masses, but in reality, they are just puppets being controlled from behind the scenes by the globalists and the elites. On the deeper level, we have hidden forces such as archons and negative entities that manipulate the masses through more subtle and clandestine means. They feed off our energy and keep us trapped within the matrix of control. There are a number of tools they use to control the masses. They use media and propaganda to shape our beliefs and narratives. They use banking and financial systems to keep us in debt and locked into a constant cycle of work and consumption. They use social engineering and divide and conquer strategies to keep us distracted and at each other's throats. They use technology to keep us plugged into a simulated reality, oblivious to the higher realms. They use religion and spirituality to keep us trapped in fear and shame and disconnected from our true selves. Because of all this, the eclipse is way more important than what people would ever give credit to. The White Hats have successfully taken control of CERN, and the cabal no longer holds control over the facility. How did the White Hats take over CERN? They infiltrated the upper levels of management through two key players, Michael Fabris and Fabiola Gianotti. Fabris was the Director General of CERN from 2010 to 2015, and he was replaced by Gianotti in 2015. Fabris was the one who led the White Hats into CERN, and he was a key figure in the process. He has since left CERN, but I think Gianotti remains as the current Director General. I couldn't find any public info on Michael Fabris. This seems to be protocol for security and privacy. The takeover was done through internal and external operations, including infiltration, deception, and sabotage. 10 years ago, this kind of talk would have been labeled as lunacy. But because of the last 5 years, we've been shown that the truth is stranger than fiction. It may very well be that our world took a strange turn into the twilight zone because of technology like CERN. Maybe we have already jumped timelines into one that was preferable for the cabal and dark entities of this world. This could explain the Mandela effect and also the strange demonic influences that have become more obvious in Hollywood and the music industry. So it makes sense that the paradigm-defining technology, CERN, may very well have been taken from the deep state and is ready to be used for the good, to usher in a better world for all of us. The only way to find out is to keep your eyes open. And lastly, don't be afraid to look up.